So I have a Ingersol Rand 2-gallon air compressor, and it dies out pretty quick when I try to use my impact gun. It's a full-size impact half inch, and so I'm going to try to increase the capacity by 10 gallons with this set of items I got from Home Depot. I don't promote Home Depot, but I like shopping there. I'm also recording with a GoPro. I'm just holding it by my hand, so if the quality sucks, then sorry. But what I have is a 10-gallon air compressor. It is rated at 150 psi max. It has a hose basically for what I would assume to take it somewhere to pump up things that have a tire valve, maybe your inner tube or a tire. And the input is also a tire valve. What I have is some plumbers what is this, nylon stuff? I don't remember what it's called, but and then I bought this and this, so I'm going to unpackage it and we'll see what I can do. I now have this unpackaged, and not really sure how this part works. It is a valve just like on a tire. It looks like a 1/4 inch, 2 1/4 inches. One's for the gauge, the other one's for the hose. It says turn this way for on, the other way for off. Whichever. I plan to not really use this. So what I plan on doing is possibly taking this T, putting it in here. Looks like it's already too big for the gauge. Maybe I'll put this T on the end of here, but let's see what I can do. So I now have the hose off, and what I believe I could put this on here as such, but to do that I'm going to have to remove the gauge. But I think what I'm really wanting to do is I'm going to put this double-ended male 1/4 inch adapter in, then I'm going to hook it on as such, so that I can then attach this hose to the end, and then I will then put an adapter onto the end of this to use for my compressor. So I'm going to put some Teflon tape on. And in case you don't know, let's see how we're going to do this here. The Teflon tape, depending on how the threads are, this is obviously clockwise, then the Teflon tape needs to go on. This is almost too much. But usually 3 times around. And you want it to also go clockwise as you're looking down on it, so that as you're turning it clockwise to go on, the tape isn't unraveling on itself. So we'll put this in here. bore you with that detail. So now I put on some Teflon onto the other side. This is my double-sided male 1/4 inch adapter. Again, this is what I put in after removing this hose that came. It's got a air chuck on the end of it, and then this is also some type of same air chuck. So anyway, I put this on, and now I'm probably going to put a male adapter onto the end of this air chuck, just hose, just so I can maybe use it. It looks halfway decent, I guess, but I could use it for something else. And then I also have another hose that I bought from Harbor Freight. You know, it's only like, I think it's like $4, but we'll see how well this works. And usually you want some female adapters here and here, but one needs to be coming from my air compressor, so I think I'm going to have the air compressor line going into here, and I'll continue on. So here I have finished putting on the coupler. I also had to get another male on male 1/4 inch MPT adapter, because what came with the package was only this one. So I put this in there, and I put another coupler on there. I haven't tested this out yet, but I'm assuming this needs to be open for any of the flow to happen. On this hose here, I put on the female parts on each end of this hose, being that my compressor has these couplers. So female meaning the female thread, the male for the coupler. And then I also ended up putting another coupler on this hose so that I can just use it in case I need to use it. I'm not really sure if I need to though, but instead of throwing it away. So that's that. Now I'm going to test it out. So here I have my air compressors hooked up, and I already started bleeding some of the air in. Currently at 25. As I turn it to the left, air is filling. I'll stop here. So here we are. Currently about 120 psi, and I'll show you my compressor. It's a 90 psi output. It's got a max of 125. I don't know if I really want to push it anymore, but we're currently at 120. This is my impact, 1/2 inch quiet, and Oops. So here it is. Not too bad. Not sure where my compressor kicks back in, and right now I think I have it set at 90 or so. But nothing's leaking. And let's see. If I take this off, no, because that'll make my air compressor go crazy. But this will close it. Oh, this is now only running off of my air compressor. To give you an idea of what it used to be. Much more force. And so this is a release purge type thing. And have any other questions, let me know. I also want to add that this will almost surely void your warranty if you wanted to keep your warranty, or you're worried about that sort of thing. To me, this is I think it was like $36, and then for the extra hardware you're looking at maybe $10 more at the most. So instead of going out and buying a whole nother compressor and tank, I think this is just sufficient enough. I'll see how it works on my crank pulley bolt, because that's the whole thing that's inspired me to do this. So there you go.